Here we are, day 9 of quarantine at Woburn Bay in Grenada. Last night we were running a fan and running refrigeration. We drew down our batteries a bit too much. You can see right now we're making all electricity. We got our solar panels in bright sunlight. Yesterday we had a lot of cloud and rain and we didn't make enough power, so it was a bit of a problem for us this morning. We got up early and we were able to run an engine and produce some power, put some more charge back in the bank. We're going to have to watch that pretty carefully because we have an old battery bank here and we really have to watch it on the cloudy days, and we're going to have to supplement it. So there are 3 things that you need: power, which in this case is electricity to run our refrigeration, the fan, lights. We need food and we need water. I think I mentioned yesterday we do have a water maker, but the water wasn't looking so good. It's looking a whole lot bluer now, and looks like we may be able to make water when we need to. I can also run ashore and get water. And the other was food. And knowing that we were likely to run into a quarantine period when we arrived in Grenada, we did a lot of shopping prior to coming here, and so we have a pretty good inventory of food, and we are looking closely at how we are going to make that last through the quarantine period. Another thing I mentioned was the Q flag yesterday. So the Q flag, seen again there, yellow flag flying under the Grenada flag. You typically come into a port and you fly a quarantine flag, and that quarantine flag or Q flag indicates that you haven't cleared in with customs yet. This is unusual times, and because of that we are flying the Q flag for the full 14-day quarantine period. Most of the time you come into an island, you put up the country flag, you put up the Q flag, you go ashore, check in customs and immigration, you come back to the boat and you take down the Q flag. You're cleared in, free to go about. These are not usual times, and because of that you really have to fly the Q flag for the entire period that they told you that you're in quarantine. Not a lot of boats here have them up. Not a lot of boats are in quarantine like us. A lot of these people were here before the restrictions came into place. However, they don't have a lot more freedom than us, simply because there's a state of emergency and they really can't go ashore much. They need to stay on their boats as much as possible. A lot of the places like Carriacou, you can't even step ashore. If you want food, you can't go to the supermarket. You have to have someone do the shopping for you and deliver it to the dock. So in that case, we're not going to see a lot of difference once we're done with the quarantine. In the meantime, we'll make the best of things. We'll enjoy the beautiful scenery, have some nice meals aboard, and relax and stay safe. Hope you stay safe too.